I gotta get up.
We could just go home right now, or maybe we could stick around for just one more drink. Oh yeah. Get another bottle out, let's shoot the breeze. Sit back down for just one more drink. Oh yeah. Here's to us, here's to love, all the times that we missed it. Here's to you, through the glass, 'cause the last few days have gone too fast. So let's give them back. Wish everybody would. Here's to us, here's to us.
What?
Stuck it out this far together. Put our dreams through the shredder. Let's toast, 'cause things got better. And everything could change like that. And all these years go by so fast. But nothing lasts forever. Here's to us, here's to love, all the times that we missed it. Here's to you, through the glass, 'cause the last few days have gone too fast. Here's to us that we kissed, and to us that we missed, and the biggest mistakes that we just couldn't see. To us breaking down, to us breaking down, to whatever's coming our way. Here's to us, here's to us. Here's to you, through the glass, 'cause the last few days have gone too fast. So let's give them back. Wish everybody
Kim.
heartbeats fast, colors and promises. How to be brave? How can I love when I'm afraid to fall? Watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you, darling. Don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. Time stands still, beauty in all she is. I will be brave. I will not let anything take away. Standing in front of me, every breath, every
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to witness my debut as a wedding officiant. My name is Joy Wilson, and this is my first time officiating a marriage. I always said that the first wedding ceremony that I ever performed, I wanted to do for a gay couple. So now we've got a little bit of business to take care of before we can start the party. So let's get Brittany and Kim married. Before we begin, I would like to ask that everyone turn the volume up on their cell phones as loud as possible so that we know who to blame if it rings during the ceremony. Unless you want to avoid relentless humiliation, feel free to turn it off. Thank you all for coming. Kim and Brittany are very glad that you could make it today. Each and every one of you hold a special place in their hearts. It means the world to them that you could make it. We are here today to witness the exchange of vows between these two as we celebrate, dance, laugh, and eat. All because two people fell in love and found their counterpart in each other. Who brings this bride to be married today?
Her mother-in-law.
Everybody please be seated. I'm not sure if everyone knows how Kim and Brett met, but it's a long story worth telling today. They met about 7 years ago when they both worked at Applebee's. Tristan was practically a newborn, Hayden was only a small giant. Kim started back at Applebee's as a part-time second job, and Brett was returning from maternity leave. One weekend, Kim was getting a group of people together to go to a local corn maze, but as fate would have it, everyone but Brittany dropped out. Little did Kim know, Brett had already recognized that there was a crush developing. Brett was extremely confused about these feelings. She fought these feelings, knowing that she wasn't gay. She was scared what her family would think of her, what their friends would say, or if Kim felt the same way too. Since Kim was completely oblivious to Britt's crush, she was not flirtatious at all. Now, Kim did think Britt was gorgeous, but knowing that she was straight, she didn't even consider it. So while Britt was trying to decide how to handle this delicate situation, Kim was deciding on what to have for dinner. So some time goes by, they hang out here and there. No matter how hard she tried, Britt couldn't shake this crush. With the support and encouragement of close friends, Britt decided to tell Kim. After a long conversation, they decided to give it a shot. Some family members handled it better than others, but all could agree on one simple statement: as long as you're happy. Soon, Kim thought Brittany's family was part of her own. They realized they had something special. In the 7 years since they met, they have had plenty of ups and downs. Some higher ups and even lower downs. But throughout it, they never lost the love they have for each other, and today we see just how much it has grown. This story illustrates a good lesson in marriage. Britt had to realize that she didn't have to label herself as gay or straight. She had to realize her orientation could bend instead of staying rigid. In marriage, you have to remember to be flexible with expectations. Remember to roll with the punches when things take a left turn. Be willing to adjust during hard times. In Kim's case, she had to open her eyes and see what was in front of her. She didn't pay attention to the hints Britt dropped, and if Britt had decided to walk away, she could have lost the love of her life. Don't be oblivious to each other. Open your eyes and really see each other. Every day. Pay attention to one another every day. Don't let minor or major obstacles prevent you from showing appreciation to one another. When there's too much going on in your lives that you just don't have the time for it, it's usually when you need it the most. And you both must also be open to adventure. Marriage is perhaps the greatest and most challenging adventure of all. Human relationships. As good as I may be, and believe me, I'm very good, no ceremony can create through supporting and believing in each other. By fighting through the arguments and misunderstandings, by learning to make the important things matter and letting go of the rest. What the ceremony can do is witness and affirm the choice we make to stand together despite the occasional urge to run away. To make a marriage work, we learn to overlook and forgive the things that may frustrate us, like how slow Kim drives or the mess she makes when she gets on a new kick, or Britt's love affair with naps and her ability to swipe a credit card faster than a six-shooter cowboy can draw his pistol. These two are promising to stick together and support each other through all the unfolded laundry, dirty dishes, bad traffic, and internet outages. But marriage isn't all bad. It's also about having someone to laugh with, to hug, and snuggle close to when it's cold. It's having someone who will get your dumb jokes and obscure movie references. Marriage is having a confident, a partner in crime, and a best friend. So in the words of Bob Ross, paint anything you want on the canvas, create your own world. All right, Kim and Brittany, come say your vows. Kim and Brett have decided, elected to write their own vows. offer yourself to Kimberly to be your spouse?
I do.
Do you, Kimberly, offer yourself Brittany as your spouse?
She does.
Okay. I would like to begin my vows with a quote I came across very recently. Poets often describe love as an emotion that we can't control, one that overwhelms logic and common sense. That is what it was like for me. I didn't plan on falling in love with you, and I doubt if you plan on falling in love with me. But once we met, it was clear neither of us could control what was happening to us. We fell in love despite our differences, and once we did, something rare and beautiful was created. For me, love like that only happens once, and that's why every minute we spend together has been seared in my memory. It seems like you've been a part of my life forever. I can't even remember what my life was like before you, and I couldn't picture my life without you. For as long as I can remember, I felt drawn to you, as if I already knew. Like how all of a sudden, every time I wanted to sneak out back, I would always drag you with me, which even today, you were the best smoking buddy ever. Just having your company, even when we aren't talking, makes me happy. Remember when I first gave you my phone number? I took your phone out of your hand, put my number in it. I didn't put Britt or Brittany, I put wifey. Now, here we are. Looking back on those little moments before we were anything, before we even thought anything could be possible. Between us, all the signs were there. You once told me that you're not supposed to be with your soulmate because losing them would hurt too much. But I now see you are wrong. Ever since that